Welcome back to this day. We're looking for the triple word score today, and I think Gary Moss from the Scrabble Club is going to help us get there. Welcome to the program.
I'd be happy to tell you about some things that are happening here in the village.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about the history of the Scrabble Club here in the village, just to start off with. When did it start, and how long have you guys been playing?
Well, a man named Alfred Butts, who was an electrical engineer, was retired during the Depression. He had lost his job, and he invented a game that turned into Scrabble. The original name was called Crisscross, and that was back in the mid-30s.
Okay.
And he knew he had a good idea. I don't think Alfred really got rich off of it, but other people after him.
Isn't that always the way it is? The guy who invents it doesn't get the payoff?
That's right. Other people promoted it, and especially in the early 40s, a guy named James Brunette stepped in, and he had some business savvy. And then we played it at home in the late 40s. Maybe you or your mother, father.
My mom and dad, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I played it with my mom and dad at the end of the 40s and into the early 50s.
Oh, wow, okay.
And it grew rapidly. At one point, 1 in every 10 homes in the country had a Scrabble set in.
Wow, I had no idea it was that big. It was almost like the Monopoly kind of level.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about right here in Laguna Woods Village, the Scrabble Club, and where it all started and what you do to run it here.
Sure. Well, in the late 60s, early 70s, one of the toy companies, could have been Coleco, I don't know which one, but they developed it into a product, and they started really promoting it. And somebody came with the idea, let's have some clubs across the country. And the first 2 national Scrabble clubs, one was in New York, where everything was happening. Mm-hmm. The other one was here in the village.
There we go.
When the village first opened, a lady named Geraldine Wank, she's since passed, she started a Scrabble club here in the village. And it took off. And would you believe that club still goes on today? Wow. In fact, today's Monday. It meets here in the village, Clubhouse 5 at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Anybody can walk in and join, and you're part of history. Yeah. And it's just wonderful.
And what do you think Scrabble does for people's mental acuity? Is it really, it kind of keeps folks sharp? You got the words. You're always thinking of in that area.
It's a great game to build your memory, or to hold on to your memory. Mm-hmm. You don't have to become a professional Scrabble player like folks like me, but just working on the words, learning a new word a week, learning a new word a day, mm-hmm. and then most of the Scrabble words, some people are turned off because they're not words that you use in your everyday language.
There's $5 dictionary words.
Yeah, you can use common words like dog, cat, wolf, whatever. And the key to Scrabble, this is my Scrabble board, the colored spaces give premium scores.
Right.
So if you want to become a better Scrabble player, you learn how to find the words on your rack that can fit on the board and connect to the other words.
Take advantage of those double and triple word score areas, right?
That's right. And some people that play, they're not interested in it. They're really looking for a word on their rack to identify and then how to fit it mm-hmm. onto the board. Mm-hmm. And take some skill, take some management. Your brain is working, you're thinking. And our brain is a muscle, just like our other muscles. You don't use it, you lose it.
Yep. Absolutely. And another thing, when I've played it, it is a fun, you can get competitive, even like you said, you don't have to be an expert or professional. It's just a fun game to be competitive with and really kind of use that, like you say, that muscle.
That's right. We had a man living here, he might still live here, his name is Mark Landsberg. He played competitively. And he was in a tournament up in LA, and he was playing a guy named Alan Stern. This was in the early 1990s. Mark scored 770 points. Now, if you're a Scrabble player,
that's a monster score.
That's in the ozone, yeah. Most of us, when we begin, might score 200 points or 225.
I'd be happy with that.
That's right. Mark had 770.
Hey, before we head out, I want to talk about a tournament you guys having coming up. It's going to be Saturday, January 27th. It's going to be all day, and folks need to pre-register. Tell us a little bit about the tournament.
It's going to be here in the village. I'm happy to bring tournaments here whenever I can because it gives the competitive players an opportunity to show their stuff. It's going to be over by the golf course at the 19th hole.
Okay.
There's 3 meeting rooms there. That's where we're going to play. A tournament is a little bit more heavy.
Right, a little competitive.
Yeah,
For the folks who are
starts at 9
really enjoying it.
o'clock. It goes all day long. There are 7 games throughout the day. We'll play 3, break for lunch, and then play 4 games.
Okay.
There's some money involved.
There we go.
Have to pay an entry fee.
So how can people register? Online?
Register online. You can call me at 949-510-1673, or you can go to wordgameplayers.com.
Okay.
And that will take you to the website. Look up tournaments coming up, and you'll see one says In the Woods, and that's us.
That's us.
And they happen all over the country.
Yeah, so not just this one, but maybe some other ones. Gary Moss from the Scrabble Club, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
We'll be right back with a movie preview. Stay with us.